ready, guys. About to join us here in a minute. Here we got Wes here in the green room. Go for Joe on standby. You know it's Go for Joe here. With the same lazy puns. You'll know. Guys, don't go anywhere. Thanks for joining us here on Facebook, YouTube, at Joe's channel, J. Leonard Detroit. So check us out, guys, and on TikTok. Thank you very much for joining us on TikTok. Yes, TikTok is back, guys. Unbanned. Just banned for 10 hours. No. Hey, TikTok is President Trump. I put the live clip on TikTok. So thanks very much for joining us on TikTok, as well as Daily Motion TV. So put those comments in, put some concerns in, and hopefully give us some flowers. Yeah, Joe's telling me that the music's too loud, so bear with us. I have to turn the fucking mic up. Gotta love that, right?
Yeah, not that I was saying really the music was too loud. It's just that it doesn't dip in level like it should when our mics are cued. So our voice level is better. Otherwise, we're kind of competing with the music. Maybe we should invent some lyrics over these songs, huh? Yeah, baby! Do me, baby! Whip me, baby! Drive me hard!
Yes or no? I don't care. I'm just wondering if you can let somebody else get a point in and correct you.
Well, if you're going to talk, we understand who won the debate between
yes, just because you won't allow the other person to even respond to anything you say. You won't, because...
Michael Gardner Unleashed.
Welcome on in. Doing a little special treat for you guys. One thing is first. Bear with me, because I'm a little fucking pissed off because I'm using a voiceover mic instead of my regular condenser mic. So, yeah, I'm a little fucking pissed off. But anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to Savaged Unfiltered. And also, too, guys, thanks for checking us out on Roku. That's right, guys. Welcome to Roku. Savaged Unfiltered will be part of the Roku family. So this actually won't air until the first week of March, but got to get it in a little early. So, yeah. So all of that you just heard, yeah, guys, I kind of stepped into the future a little bit from the past of saying the wording. I feel like fucking Marty McFly from Back to the Future. Don't hit the time machine, Marty. So anyway, guys, welcome on to the show. Got Jokester Joe with us. Welcome, Joe. Joe.
Michael Gardner Unleashed, hey? Rumor has it you prefer being led around by the leash, but,
Yeah.
let's not get into your bedroom habits.
No, please don't do that, Joe. We had the lovely Beth, Shaky's wife, do that voiceover at the end, and I don't know if you've heard the voiceover, guys, in that intro there, but that was actually part of a conversation I had with Sage Outcast on the lovely podcasting world, and including X here. That guy's he got another one for me, Joe. He hates me. That's another clueless fucking idiot. He hates me, man. Hates me.
Yeah.
But,
Well, yeah. Shout out to the leftovers of Clueless Nation there, too. Hi, Clueless Nation. We're not calling the whole nation clueless if this is your first time seeing us on Roku channel.
Terrible, Joe.
We are we are talking about a probably former podcaster now, not going to give his name, but his show was Blank Nation, so I coined calling him Clueless Nation.
I put him off the air, Joe. He's no longer on a podcasting network.
Yeah, so. And the other thing for the intro, since Roku is visual. I like that you chose the old ABC black and white television test pattern type shirt today.
Oh yeah, you like this? Huh? I look like you know what I look like, guys? You remember that old movie with I had to, first of all, before I say that, Joe, I had to turn the volume down. I'm like, it sounded like I was screaming there for a minute, but anyway. No, I look like Alec Baldwin, dude, from like Beetlejuice 1. Remember when he's like, hey, we're wearing the same shirts. Or Marty,
yeah. Huh? I was thinking maybe you were going back to although Steve Martin didn't wear a shirt like that in the movie, but dead men don't wear plaid, thinking black and white plaid because that was a black and white movie. So
that's right. That's right. So we got a good one for you today, guys. We got
and a lot more topical references like me mentioning dead men don't wear plaid.
I was about to say who the hell we have, and Joe just kind of sneaks right in there on me. What the hell, man? That's Joe for you, man. Joe doesn't know like the cues, I guess. Yeah.
I'm taking over the ship. It's a mutiny.
I'm telling you, Joe. No, we got the artist formerly known as Wes on the show today. I want to know why he calls himself the artist formerly known as Wes. Did the old character, did he die out or something or whatever, man? I don't know.
But another very topical reference, joke for those who will get it, West by Northwest.
Hey, you never know.
For the older folks in the audience who will understand what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, he's got this thing called, I'm reading it here. It's the excellent tuck and roll skills. He's got some skills that he can do tuck and roll.
Are we talking trans today? Tuck?
God, Joe, I hope not, man. What the hell's wrong with you? I was going to be leaving my green room here in the studio in 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck's this? What's
you
wrong
didn't tell me we were having RuPaul on.
RuPaul has become conservative for once. Maybe.
Oh,
should we bring him in, or we should just kind of stall?
Well, I'm still whacked out on all the cold flu medications, and I had dental work done the other day, so my mouth is sore. So 800 milligram ibuprofens.
Oh
I'm
God,
like,
no.
woohoo! It looks great from up here.
Jesus Christ, Joe. No, there's an individual on here, okay, and he's on X, and he seems to be like the troll that will never die. You know them, Joe. Like they're worse than a fucking roach,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah. I was
Literally.
part of the original, the Mighty 200 that Hillary attacked on then Twitter.
Yep.
And yeah, so yeah, after Politico came out with the ad mentioning Hillary, me and 199 other Americans across the United States trying the Russian collusion delusion. We're all Russian agents and Russian bots and crap
Mm,
on us before she bought the Steele dossier and applied it to Trump. They
that's
tested
right.
it on Twatter, as I called it then,
That's
right?
right, and that's why probably you're banned still from X. I mean, 250,000 followers that Joe
Yeah.
has here on the show, and still Elon, guys, Elon. I know you're probably listening to the broadcast here. Please, man. Oh, maybe he's listening. I don't know. He's a busy man, but if he is,
Somebody at X, please
hit
let
that
Jay
reinstate button.
Leonard Detroit come back. I
That's
had
right.
250,000 followers, and so yes, I'm well familiar after that Politico ad came out, doxing my ID more or less.
Yeah.
I certainly had plenty of trolls in my days.
No. This guy that I want to basically talk about here on the show with Wes, our guest here, that we're going to bring in here momentarily. Joe, he's a fucking sick son of a bitch, man. And I don't like to burn people in public, but I mean this guy deserves to be burned. Because what he is doing right now is literally disgusting. Gaslighting and threatening a child. I mean, come on, man. Who does that shit? Seriously.
It's it is a sick world, and you need to dox not his address, obviously, but dox his ID over there, so people can go at him. With
Well,
X.
well,
Shout
the
out
way,
to our friends at Wham
right.
Radio.
Exactly. Shout out to Wham Radio. Thank you very
But
much, guys. Yeah.
but where was I going with that? Fingers Malloy calls the XX.
That's
So
right.
shout out to him and Sarah. But
I'm still waiting for an invite to their show, Joe.
yeah,
Have you
well,
said
I
anything to
know
them or what, man?
I've reached out to them a few times. They're pretty busy. But
of course.
the point being, community notes now at X.
That's right.
So let people know his handle and let people at him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well. What Wes is saying, Wes wishes he had his address so he could send some fucking Hell's Angels over there to square him up or whatever. Assholes. He's shaking his head. But anyway, guys, let's bring Wes in.
I don't know any Hell's Angels.
Joe, we got to bring this guy in.
Hold
man.
on.
Ahead,
You gotta
Joe.
let me get my other joke in.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know any Hell's Angels, but I know some fourth layer of Dante's Inferno angels. Bum bum.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say that went right over my head, man. Forgot.
Oh.
No, we got to bring him in. This guy's been like 20 minutes now in the green room. But anyway, guys, this is the artist formerly known as Wes. Welcome in, Wes. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. So, Wes, man, I have to ask you a question, before we kind of, properly introduce you. Well, actually, let's properly introduce you. What is the whole thing, the artist formerly known as Wes? Like, were you known as like another persona, or did you kill it off, or did you go into a split persona type of thing? Like, what's going on, man?
No, well, okay. So my original account on Twitter back in the day, I went under my actual name, and I had that for like 6-7 years, and then I killed it off because it just wasn't working for me.
Okay.
And then around like 2018, I think I came back on, and I had a persona that was just kind of, fitting the profile of what existed on the platform at the time. And so throughout the last 7 years, I've had multiple identities just to kind of blend in. So I'm kind of formerly known as my original name.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's just a reinvention, if you will.
Yeah. I get it. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, well, Michael Gardner, a.k.a. Savage, isn't as formerly known as he is always known as a dumbass.
Thanks, Joe.
Love you, brother. I love you, brother. Just some brotherly love fun.
I heard the "love you, brother" once. Let's just say it once. I would get that whole sexual homosexual activity out the window. Joe.
Hey, that's why we the shotcasters, baby.
You're damn right. Yeah, that's right. We're not
we'll
broadcasting.
go there. This is an awake cast, not a woke cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it does look good on you, Joe.
It does. It does look good on Joe. I have to say that. Like Joe was like, he came up with this concept about what, like about a year ago, Joe? Like
2.5 years ago, but
yeah,
we finally started using it kind of last year, because my show, my own personal show, is a Christian show, ChristiTutionalist. I'm a bit of a shockcaster there, but in a different way. Here we do shocking language. There I do just PG related, but shocking topics to some people. They, it's like, that's in the Bible? That's not what I thought was there. Oh my God. People twisting and warping the Bible. I got to set them straight. It's shockcaster in a different sense than we are here.
Sometimes you have to kind of sneak in, Wes, a little bit with Joe, because if you don't, he'll carry the whole fucking program, man. But no, like I want to talk about this character, man. He's becoming a nuisance on X, and he's becoming that troll that just won't die on the platform. I mean, he's gaslighting everybody. He's gaslighted me numerous of times, making assumptions about me that are not true, and then he gaslights other people. Like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Is the mental illness gone to a level where it can't be contained anymore or controlled, or like what?
Well, okay, so he's been doing it with me too. He's been gaslighting myself and other people around me too. He goes after men, women. Obviously, in recent times, he's gone after kids. And when I say kids, it's, age of majority. So depending on your country, in the United States, it's 21 is the age of majority, correct? So this individual that I made reference to, she's 20. So that's under the age of majority, making her officially a child.
Well, no, not really. The legal age of adulthood in the United States is 18, even though the drinking age is 21. But you are legally an adult under the law and in the courts at 18.
At 18. Okay, very good. But so I mean, he's been targeting all kinds of people, and several times he's been kind of, called out for, his actions, and he has admitted that, he knows he's a shit person, and he wishes that he could change, but he's not willing to do it. So that's very problematic when you can identify that you're not doing, well of yourself or others, and you're not willing to actually put in the effort to change.
Yes, self-examination, not self-censorship, self-reflection. I did a show last month on that, self-reflection, on my YouTube channel, a video-only listener feedback. So a lot of people aren't willing to self-reflect. They can't go into their bathroom, look in their mirror, and be honest with themselves. And if they don't like what they see, to use that word, gaslight themselves. They just lie to themselves.
Well, this is the growing problem, with platforms. I mean, speaking about X, I mean, is it a good thing maybe, or a bad thing maybe, that Elon has given us the power of the free speech? Has it gone to a level where it can be controlled or uncontrolled? That's my point, Joe. I mean, this is the many problems we're facing, especially these X spaces. I mean, you speak about X spaces a lot, and the Joe guys, he's not a big fan of X spaces, and I wasn't really in the beginning, but I understand why it's become so popular because of people trying to grow their content, to become that content creator, or maybe they have a business they're trying to advertise. So I get why the popularity with X spaces has gone to that level. But
Well,
yeah,
Ash's book now, even Zuckerberg, who I don't buy for a minute. He's a reformed individual. He's just playing a game now, knowing, with all the suppression of free speech and his actual RICO law conspiratorial actions in working with the deep state agencies to suppress speech before, he just wants to try to hide and run away and move from that. So he's adding community notes, is where I was going with that, to fascist book now too, because as the saying goes, the answer to bad speech or speech you don't like is more speech, and our community note function is great. That should be on every platform to go at those who lie all the fucking time.
Yeah. I mean, this is the growing problem, and my question is, like, the free speech has been given. The power of the free speech has been given on X. I mean, I think X and maybe True Social is the only platforms. And then there was some kind of, I guess, statement by Zuckerberg that he is wanting to release the censorship on Facebook. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Maybe
well, I don't want to spend too much time on this because obviously we need to get back to our guest.
Yeah.
But Truth Social, even, there is censorship. There are some words they will not let you use. They won't give you a warning, no notice. You could type 2,000 characters, but if that one word or two they won't let you use, when you hit enter, it goes to oblivion. No one sees it. It's not in your timeline. It's not on anyone's timeline. It's nowhere to be found. If you didn't cut and paste it into a notepad document, gone forever, whatever you said over one word, like leftards, retards, faggot. I personally don't usually use that word, but some people do. But that's part of speech. Again, if you don't like the speech, respond to the speech, right, Wes?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I completely agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, we still need to, manage ourselves and manage people around us. We can't always have everybody around us 24/7. I mean, that's not freedom, right?
Well, I mean,
I could see auto correcting, so to speak. AI, it checks everything now on these sites. If you don't want the word for whatever, let me make up a word. Blasdada. If blasdada is an unacceptable word, change it to BL and then asterisks.
Right.
Don't
Well,
completely eliminate, but kind of mask. I would find that acceptable.
Well, what I was going to bring up is chaos theory, and what we're really seeing here is organized chaos within social media, right? As you just alluded to, is that Elon Musk wants to have an open profile and kind of taking the leadership with that. And you've got Facebook and others that are starting to kind of go that way as well, but they're still having implementation there to kind of create controls.
Yeah, but here's my question on that, Wes, if I may chime in. Like, how can we, if the free speech is being allowed on platforms like X and somewhat TikTok and soon to be Facebook if it goes that direction with Zuckerberg, right? But let's just talk about X and True Social, because I think those are the only two platforms that free speech is literally allowed on throughout the entire social media universe, if I want to call it that.
Sure.
How can we like, I don't want to use the word control, but how can we
a happy medium somehow? We need
yeah,
a
medium
happy medium.
something, Joe. I'm losing the words, but I mean, like, how can we have a safe median with people like this guy, this Mike guy on X, and targeting young women and gaslighting and stuff like that? Like, there has to be safety measures, put together, because we can't have people on social media partaking this type of activity, whether it's free speech or not, or any
adult to adult is one thing, and that's fine. But indeed, if he's targeting and going at and making lewd and crude suggestions or language towards an actual minor under 18 by law, protected, they don't have a full set of rights. So if someone under 18 is attacking someone, they don't have full free speech rights by law under our Constitution yet, or they are protected online from predators.
I get what you're saying, Joe, but I want to ask a question to Wes here. Wes, has this guy been reported to the platform for this type of behavior at all, or that you know of, or?
Not that I'm aware of. I think for certain instances, for certain case by case point, the individual that was affected, they would have made some report. But again, it's kind of on the basis of projecting, right? I'm kind of identifying that, yes, there's been certain circumstances that you should report for, but I can't confirm or unconfirm that these reports have been made.
And it's sad too, because like that whole, I guess, background of Elon Musk allowing the free speech and the freedom to express yourself, whether you agree with it or not. I mean, I don't agree with it. I think it's disgusting, dangerous behavior. They're people like this guy that you're mentioning here, and we're not giving out last names and everything.
No,
but I mean, but I mean, this is an ongoing thing, not just with him. There's dangerous people on these platforms, and this is how things happen, like human trafficking and sex trafficking, and this has to be addressed on programs like mine and other podcasts, because it's getting to dangerous levels, Joe.
If his profile is public on X, X is a public platform. You can give his handle. Don't give his real, legal last name or anything. What did you say his first name was, Wes? But you could give his handle.
Yeah, so his handle, his profile is Zoner Mike.
What was Zoner Mike?
Correct.
MikeZonerMike?
No.
Correct.
He just put it in there. But I mean, these are things that, guys, as a podcaster, as a content creator, whatever, digital radio host, if you want to, I mean, we have so many names now. It's crazy. But I mean, these are the things that we do not want to address on the show. But like stuff like this can prevent future things from happening, like the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, the harassment on social media, because I think it's gone way out of control. And I don't agree with everything, even with our former president, Joe Biden. But I mean, these are probably one of the reasons why, if you guys paid attention in the news, why TikTok was banned for about 10 hours and has been, reinstated under the new Trump administration. But these are the reasons, Joe, why, social media has to be looked at.
Yeah,
I get the
I
free
agree.
speech though,
Well,
but I don't get the whole
and we're
other
dealing with
stuff.
a very serious subject here,
Yeah.
but Jokester Joe can't pass on the lame pun, so it's Zoner Mike, not Boner Mike, which would be Michelle Obama,
Oh God,
right?
Joe. I knew you had to put the joke in. Yeah. You got
Hey, that's why I invented the term.
yeah. No. All jokes aside, I mean, like I get the free speech. I can't elaborate it any more than I am. I get the free speech. I get the freedom to express yourself. I get all that. I get why Elon Musk had wanting to basically establish that on his platform. But what's going on platforms like X and even Facebook and other platforms with this type of behavior, these are the accounts that they have to look at because this is dangerous, guys, and it has to stop. And I hope the current president, Donald J. Trump, is listening in.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's thousands. Hold on, Joe. I know there's thousands upon thousands of podcasts, and it's hard to keep track of each episode. But I mean, literally, Mr. President, please look into this because it's getting dangerous.
Yeah.
And people need to be charged and held responsibly for their actions.
Twitter, I know people like to try to poo-poo the whole Pizzagate conspiracy.
Yeah.
The one instance about a particular pizza parlor indeed was shown to be errant and or a farce and potentially a swatting type thing. But Pizzagate, I'm sorry, people, it's real. The symbology is there, and pedophilia ran rampant on Twitter before Elon took over.
Oh yeah. I agree with that. But it has to stop. It has to stop. Wes, I want to thank you for coming on, buddy. And
no problem.
Like we have to address people like this. We have to expose them because if we don't expose them, the behavior is going to continue until people like myself and other concerned individuals speak up because this is crazy behavior, man.
Well,
I'm a little fired up, but
that's completely acceptable. But I'm always about solutions, not continually pounding on the problem, right? So this just kind of popped in my head right now is that currently we have all these apps for accessing your doctor, even therapists, right? But what if we could have integrated into these social media platforms, specifically X, where you could actually tap into any time of the day a therapist? So for all these people that are being targeted, harassed, stalked, and all this kind of stuff on these apps, it'd be nice just to hit up your therapist, and kind of deal with it in the moment.
Well, Wes, the mental illness is gone to levels of extremism in the last 15, 20 years. It's gone to levels so far that I don't think I don't even think a mental health counselor or therapist or psychiatrist can help these people. You know what I think can help these people? Nut houses. I've been saying it for years, and I'm sorry I'm using those words, but back in the 60s, hold that thought. Back in the 60s, 70s, and possibly 80s, and going into the early 90s is when they started phasing out. But back in those times, psychiatric hospitals worked. It got all the sick bastards off the streets that are targeting children, that are committing sex trafficking, human trafficking. It got all that off the street. Our streets were actually safe when we got these sick individuals off the streets. It was safe. We didn't have problems. Now we have problems because now everything is about the three little syllables, right, Joe? DEI. That's why. You bring that up, everybody gets super offended, sensitive, triggered, everything. Oh, no, I don't have mental health. Oh, no? Oh, so that's okay behavior?
Well, they don't even want to be called pedophiles anymore, right? They're fat shaming. Oh my God, woke! You can't fat. Some fat people need to be shamed. It's unhealthy. Lizzo, you're a fat ass. You need to lose weight. You're not healthy. You're not a role model.
Absolutely.
Pedophilia. They want to be called minor attracted persons now. No, fuck you. You're a pedophile. It's illegal. Statutory rape laws exist. You need to be fucking locked away.
I told you guys. There's a warning. Usually we say in this show, this is not your old school grandpappy's talk radio show. Like we air it because we're not afraid to air it. Because if we don't air it, the solution doesn't get fixed, or it doesn't be heard. I'm losing words. I'm fired.
I know we're wrapping up, so let's get Wes's final thoughts in here. So I apologize. I did hog too much of the time. I apologize.
That's acceptable. I mean, we all have our outlets, right? And for me and others like us, we do like to chat.
Yeah. And I'm hey Wes, I'm sorry I hope we didn't scare you off, but I mean, like I said, we're not your typical podcast, man. We're not even broadcasters. We're shockcasters, right? We're creating the next step of evolution into podcasting, So
well, I've definitely had my experience with my own podcast that I co-founded with a friend in Michigan.
There you go. Get it out of there.
Hey, kind of one of my neighbors, my UP neighbor. I'm in Detroit.
Okay, yeah. So my friend about 4 or 5 years ago moved from Texas up into Gaylord, Michigan. So shout out to Gaylord, Michigan.
Love Gaylord. Great place.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And don't let the name fool you. It's not a LGBTQ LMNOXY plus minus equal community.
Yeah. This is Joe. A 60-something-year-old man with a 12-year-old mindset. We love him. Anyway,
well, this shit gets my blood boiling. When you're fucking with kids, literally and figuratively, my fucking blood boils. Leave the fucking children to be children. Those that you're not killing, you fucking left-card murdering bastard cult.
That's right. And guys, if you go to our audio platform, we will put a special hotline in where you can actually report people if you are concerned, like we are. If you want this to stop, there will be a special hotline in our show notes on our audio page on Spotify and countless other platforms. Wes, I want to thank you, buddy, for coming on, and I want to give you 1 minute or less to plug your podcast and some of your content where they can check you out, man.
Well, okay, so we're not doing podcasts anymore because my co-founder.
Shit. Take it out.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay. My co-founder ended up with cancer, and so we kind of put everything on the shelf there for a while.
I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences go to your family.
Yeah,
man.
Thoughts and prayers to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I didn't choose this hairdo, leukemia, so I'm a cancer survivor. So thoughts and prayers to them. But what is the name of the podcast anyway? They can find the history of it.
That is true. It's called the Mentor Project. So if you look up Mentor Project on all of your podcasting platforms, you should be able to find us.
I appreciate it for coming on, Wes. And hey, man, keep that fight up, man. You see anybody for that matter. You see this type of behavior on social media or even out in the general public, report it, guys, because if it doesn't get reported, the behavior continues. The more we report, the more we can get these people off the streets and jail and mental asylums where they belong, because it needs to stop. Thanks very much, Wes, for coming on, buddy, and I much good luck into everything you do. And I'm out of words. I'm fired up because of topics like this. Yeah.
My pleasure there. My pleasure, Mike and Joe. It's been a pleasure being on your show.
Yeah, and thank you. Let me personally also thank you, Wes. Again, we do a lot of fun stuff around here, but we also very much want to do the important things like this. Like Mike says, Savaged says, you're not going to get this kind of stuff and talk elsewhere. And as a Christian, messing with kids, I'm seriously, this is a fucking important show. for people to hear.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, don't go anywhere. I know you're listening into the live stream. We'll be right back, guys. We got a guest coming up, Mr. Bill Williams on the show here. So don't go anywhere, guys. Be right back after these short words.
You've made iHeartRadio the fastest growing music app in the U.S.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome on into the show. Welcome, guys. Wow, Joe. A touching subject, man. We had with Wes, with that other episode, buddy. But this is the stuff that needs to be aired.
I agree. I had a few during that episode. Network, the movie kind of things where go to the window, open it up, and I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore type moments there.
Yeah.
And we need that. When the fuck are some of you people going to have had it enough, over the top, way too far with what's going on in our world today, and going to fucking say something, let alone attempt to do something about it? No,
Yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox.
I agree. I agree, guys. Before we continue the conversation, I'd like to address some things here on the show, guys. We're going to be part of the Roku TV app. That's right, guys. That's right, Joe. Yeah. But
Roku, bringing the Beatles back to another wonderful, timely reference for the show, right?
That's right, Joe. That's right. But for all you guys that have the Roku app, guys, if you head on over in March, all of our future episodes and past part of the Savaged Unfiltered library will be available on Roku. That's right, guys. We're going to have our own little separate little channel. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be with the format. It might be all the way on the bottom. It might be in the middle. You just got to kind of, with your remote control, go all the way down, and you'll find us. You'll see the icon Savaged Unfiltered on Roku. And check us out, guys. Amazing, amazing content with our 6+ years of doing the show here.
Yeah, and for the Roku audience who's just now learning of us, like we say, Michael coined, a.k.a. Savaged, be savaged, not average.
That's right. That's right. You want to be savage, not average, because average doesn't get you anywhere. Savage does, because it makes you into a badass like we are. But anyway, guys, so join us over on Roku in March. March 15th is actually the launch date. Supposed to be March 30th, but they had to bring us down to March 15th. There's other programming being launched on there as the platform is growing. So I noticed some stuff with ESPN and a few other programs and stuff like that. So, hey, thank you very much, Roku. It's a blessing for going on there.
And speaking of ESPN, Roku will have the back catalog. Check out the Peter Fox episode.
That's
the
right.
guy named Fox actually helped create ESPN, the channel. Had a great discussion with him, and I think they're still pissed off at me at ESPN for that.
You got Pat McAfee over there from the Pat McAfee show blowing up. I mean, Peter Fox, man, is no spring chicken. I mean, he didn't get the joke, Joe, but I mean, hey.
Well, for this audience, the joke was, why does ESPN have an antivirus show? And for those not IT minded, the joke is McAfee antivirus, not Pat McAfee show. And it went over everybody's head.
It went right over Peter's head too. He's like, I don't get it. But hey, it's all right.
And I loved how it was hilarious how you accidentally his last name is Fox.
I almost did it.
Peter Doocy, you called him the one time,
Yeah.
or you almost did. You caught yourself. And
I almost did it. I Peter, and then I stopped right like in the middle towards it, and I'm like Peter Fox, yeah, because
yeah,
it's got a ring to it a little bit.
that was funny though. That was a
Oh,
hilarious.
hilarious!
We have very serious moments here on Savaged, and we have a lot of fun moments. That's
That's
why
right.
we are shockcasters, and
That's
I
right.
am Jokester Joe.
That's
No
right.
matter how lame the pun,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell it.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Today's program is being brought to you by Blackout Coffee. That's right, guys. Blackout Coffee. Better coffee deserves quality, right? And with Blackout Coffee, guys, you're gonna love their many, many blends of coffee. Two-way Guns and Gadgets, my favorite. Set aside from Brutal. I like it. Brutal, like BREWA, right? Brutal Awakening. Check it out, guys. Scan the QR code today and use promo code SAVAGED for your 15% off your entire order at checkout. Some of their coffee, guys, is out of this world.
Yeah.
Your Folgers, it's not your Maxwell House, guys. It is your coffee of choice. At Blackout Coffee, they stand by these words: coffee for America's warriors.
Nor is it your Drunken Donuts or that Star or whatever place coffee, right?
That's right.
Brutal, BREWTAL.
That's right.
That's a Jokester Joe kind of level wordplay pun.
That's right. So, guys, we're going to bring on a guest here. Bear with us, guys, and I appreciate Mr. Williams' patience. We had some issues on his end with some computers, excuse me, but I think we kind of solved that a little bit. But we got a guest coming on, Joe, by the name of Bill Williams. Now, this gentleman,
Yeah,
is
now
very
now
interesting.
you know my OCD ADHD brain, so now I've got that old school house rock. I'm just a Bill sitting here on Capitol Hill.
I'm sure he's gonna love your humor because he seems to be a fan of humor. I'm seeing here with the notes because he's all about humor, and I want to get that from him. But without further ado, welcome into the show, Bill. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for the invitation. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate your patience. And with the errors that we had this morning, hey, we solved it and we got you on the show. So that's all that matters, right?
That's life.
That's life. So tell us a little bit about the humor. Joe, will you stop it, man?
That's what the people say. Now I got Frank Sinatra in my head. Thanks, Bill.
Oh God! But anyway, tell us a little bit about the humor. Since we're on the humor, you are now a publisher and an author to a new series of books on internet humor. How did that start out?
20 years of internet humor, and it's been available since the 31st of December.
Wow, 30. Wow, okay.
It's almost a month. Hey, and it looks like a bestseller already. But here's the deal. Back in the 90s, we had this new thing appear on the scene called the internet. Okay.
Right.
And it had email attached. And I was managing a series of financial advisors in the Midwest, and they all had email, but nobody would ever pay attention to it. So I thought, I'm going to get in touch with them and send out a thought for the day, Monday through Friday, just something humorous, something inspirational, what have you, to get them to read their email.
Sure.
And it worked. And they even started sharing them with their clients, and the clients liked it. Their sales went up, so it must have been a good deal. And then the clients said, hey, could we get on that list too? And so there's no postage involved, so why not add them? So since the 1990s, I've been sending this thing out 5 days a week. And now I've got people all over the country that I've never met before. I've got people in Europe. I've got people in Asia. I've got people in Australia that are getting these things. Doesn't cost anything. It's free for anybody that would like to get it. And so I thought, I've got thousands of these things stashed away, so maybe it'd make a good book. I took it to a publisher and they said, well, no, it wouldn't make a good book. It would make a good series of books. And so volume number 1 is out, 20 years of internet humor and some other interesting things.
Cool. I'm a former IT guy, so I was posting stuff online back when there were bulletin boards where you had to have your computer dialed directly over the copper phone lines to the other queue. So I've been online before there ever was such a thing as internet, and in the email in the early days also, obviously. So you were what created part of what became known as list servers, that you would have that long list of people that would funnel things out to. That's great to know that you were part of those early days like I was.
I started with the bulletin boards and the dial-up connections and all that sort of stuff. And my first computer was a TRS-80 that I had to build myself that had 4K of memory and had to store stuff on a tape deck.
Wow. Wow. Talk about history, Joe. Oh my God, man.
Yeah. Oh, I remember all that stuff. One of the first mainframes I used to operate on was a Sperry Univac 6040, if you are at all familiar with the early mainframes.
Fortran.
I learned Fortran and RPG and COBOL and all that. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. So I mean, you got that going, and wow. So these are going to be series of books. Is there more books to be added on as well, or is that just it?
No, I've got enough material for at least 10 more volumes.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Wow, that's
this
crazy.
first one's only 367 pages, so got a long way to go.
So it's your first one is like a medium scale type of book. It's nothing huge. It's just something.
It's not War and Peace side.
No,
Yeah.
It's something you could. It's something you could handle easily, and it's available on ebooks. And right now, it's available for $2.99 on ebooks instead of spending $25 for a paperback.
Yeah, how is it broken down? Are they broken into chapters by subject or something, or how is the format layout of the book?
Joe, I got to tell you, with all the stuff, I had that argument myself, and I said, let's just go the easy way. I'll pick some A's, some B's, some C's, some D's.
There you go.
You know, some of them in this first book are from 2005 all the way up to 2023.
Oh my God!
Cool.
Wow. So I mean, it's your simple book you can possibly read over the weekend. I mean, that's
easily,
what it seems like.
easily.
Yeah.
And you get an ebook and put it on your cell phone, and when you're sitting in line at the airport waiting for an airplane, read 3 or 4 pages.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your typical Webster's dictionary that's going to take you 6 months to read. I mean,
with today's smartphones, you don't even need. I'll ask, is there an audio version? But I'm going to tell them the cheat. You can download your Kindle or Apple Book or Barnes and Noble Nook book and have your AI assistant read it to you.
That's cheating, Joe.
Well, that's true. And eventually we will have a audio book, but I'm going to wait a while on getting that one out.
Yeah, it's in mirror image. So what does it say for the listeners that can kind of check it out?
20 years of internet humor.
Oh, I got a question for you, Bill. You're going to do an audio book, but what you need is a DVD database of them that people can buy.
Now that's an interesting thought. And, since there are a whole bunch of stories with, different people and all, I thought, an audio book with me reading it or some one person reading it would be bad. But I've got a daughter who is an actor, both 2 daughters that are actresses, and their guys are both actors. And somebody said, well, why don't you get the Williams Family Players to put the thing together? Well, that's the way we're going to do it.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Wonderful idea.
Yeah.
But being a former IT guy, I'd love to see a CD, DVD. It might need to be big enough with an interface to the database on the DVD CD so that we could have our own 20 years of internet items application to, hey, type in a topic, I don't know, swimming. If bam, here are all the ones on swimming or whatever. That would be a great interactive program. I would think you'd sell more of those than books.
Well, I think that's a great idea, but give me about 5 years because I've got a whole bunch of writing to do before I get to that point.
My God. So
Yeah,
Bill, I have
don't
to.
let me put the cart before the horse, huh?
Hold on, Joe. Are you done yet? All right, there we go. I gotta sneak in, Bill, because if I don't, he'll carry the whole show. It's just who he is. But I love them.
That's right, damn it! Like I said in the last one, this is a mutiny. I'm taking over.
That's right. That's right. So Bill, I have to ask you a question, man. When did this all start with the humor? Has this been like a childhood type of, I guess, passion of yours, or?
No, it started when I was looking for a way to keep in touch with my sales force. But, I've been a writer for 60 years. I started as writing for a daily paper, and I've written for many magazines.
A paper?
Yeah.
Newspaper?
Those things you used to read in the morning.
Yeah.
I was a member of the Writers Guild and wrote motion picture and television scripts, for years. And then I decided to change careers and become a financial planner. And
Oh, good. We need you to write a script that Michael, aka Savaged, can be the lead because he's generally a Z-list actor.
Oh, shut up!
Not true. Not true. He was in Beetlejuice 2, the latest Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley movie. So again, just brotherly love teasing of him.
Yeah, I do, Bill. I do a lot of the extra work. I find it to be very easy. I'm about the easy money, not the hard money. I don't want to sit on a set for 10, 12 hours, sometimes 20 hours just to get one scene in. I'd rather just in and out. In and out. We done? Okay, thank you, and that's it.
That's what his girlfriends say about him too.
Oh, God, Joe.
No lines to memorize.
That's right. That's right. No, I was checking out some of what you were talking about, like you were a communications consultant and a lobbyist right in Washington, D.C. Now, when you were up in Washington, were you working alongside of, certain politicians, or were you just, how'd that go?
Well, I obviously had contact with a lot of the politicians, but basically I was a contractor to the federal government. And,
wow.
Did a lot of work for the Postal Service. When FEMA was first created, I was asked to take a year-long assignment as their first director of news and information. And that got me involved with interesting things like 3 Mile Island and Mount St. Helens and the Cuban refugee boat lift and more hurricanes and tornadoes you can shake a stick at. So
you've already gone postal. You just haven't shot anybody, thankfully.
Oh, God. Yeah. No, he's been around, Joe. I mean, this is great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's like having Peter Fox again, right? There's a lot of great people like Bill out there with some wonderful life-learned wisdom to share beyond the topic at hand.
That's right.
Great to talk with you, Bill.
That's right. I mean, tell us a little bit about those days as a consultant up in Washington, D.C. I mean, I'm sure you have stories. I mean,
oh boy, do I have stories. And that will be a book when this series is done.
Oh, wait. I don't want to give out spoilers then. We're going to have to save it for the
I've already entitled it Tales from the Swamp.
Oh, okay.
That's good. That's good.
The Washington swamp, or like what swamp are you referring to?
That was the one I was referring to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But one of my clients, one of my bigger clients, was the Postal Service. One of the projects, they said, "Gee whiz, we need to sell more stamps that don't get used." And I said, "Well, that sounds like a job for stamp collectors." And they said, "How can we get more stamp collectors?" I said, "Why don't we start using stamps to teach history in school? Because we've got stamps for everything imaginable."
Oh, they don't learn any history in school any other way. So
yeah.
So they asked me to do something, and I decided we needed a stamp club in all the schools, Benjamin Franklin Stamp Club. They said, "Well, create one and put something together. And if you could get 1,500 stamp clubs created, we would think it was an overwhelming success." So I put an educational package together for teachers, which included teaching material, background material, posters, that sort of stuff, and made it available to them. And, sent it out by direct mail to let teachers know it was there. And I couldn't sell 1,500 in less than a week because the first year, I set up over 20,000 of these stamp clubs.
Woohoo!
Oh my God.
And they considered it was such a success, they decided
go,
to cancel the
Bill.
project.
That's crazy.
So we've got a famous guy. If anybody listening was in one of those clubs, chime in the show notes. Let us know. Reach out.
I mean,
sign up for Bill's list service.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading right here that you were the first director of news and information of FEMA.
Right.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, actually, I'd been working. FEMA was put together in 1979, and it combined a whole bunch of different agencies, including the civil service and civil defense, and a bunch of others. And one of them was the Federal Disaster Assistance Administration. And I had been working with FDAA for some time, going out to these tornado floods and things like that as a public affairs officer. And it was strictly an on-call basis. And quite frankly, that was one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had in my life, because, when you walked in, it was basically, how can we help you? And let's do that.
It's a shame we hadn't talked to you 2-3 months ago. Trump should be appointing you head of FEMA.
Well, I was running for, not a head of FEMA, but I was running for the public affairs officer when Reagan came in. And unfortunately, somebody else wanted the job more than I did and filed charges against me, saying that, conflict of interest, because I was had other clients other than the civil defense or other than FEMA. And of course it did. I had an office right down the street from FEMA with my name on the door because I had other clients. I was doing this as a consultant. But since they filed charges of conflict of interest, I was dropped like a hot potato and never heard from again.
Shame. Yeah, a lot of good people are. And it's amazing to me, though, that we do that on the right, us conservatives, us Republicans, or as I say, ChristiTutionalists. The left has no problem with conflict of interest. Look at Judge Merchan. Look at all these liberal activist courts. They don't ever recuse themselves. You almost never, ever hear of a left-wing appointed judicial activist recuse themselves from a SCOTUS case, but they're constantly demanding we recuse ourselves from things.
Hey, Joe, hopefully that all changes, man. I mean, we have a brand new president right now. We have Donald Trump in office. And hopefully all this swamp tards, as we kind of call them sometimes on the show, that all comes to an end. The corruption comes to an end, all that, because people need to be held accountable. I mean, kind of piggybacking off what we were saying earlier in another episode, prior episode to this, that has to stop, Joe. And I hope Trump holds these people accountable.
Yeah.
Really.
Fight. It's time to fight. Stop whimpering, stop surrendering, stop giving up and giving in. Fight. And I'm all for transparency. Someone like Bill as head of FEMA.
Yeah. I
obviously should have disclosed all that, but it shouldn't have precluded him from the job.
Yeah, I want to talk about transparency, especially in broadcasting, because there's something I'm reading about Bill that's kind of interesting, and I want to tie it into a little bit, get his comments. But before, guys, Joe, I want to say thank you to iHeartRadio. I mean, iHeartRadio. I mean,
I love them.
I do. I love them too.
They're part of Spotify now, though, aren't they? Or
everybody's part of Spotify now, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not part of Spotify, like, what the hell are you waiting for? Come on, jump on the bandwagon with Spotify and get your stuff heard, guys, because it is going like crazy.
I mean, I like the Spotify app is okay, but the iHeart app I think is way superior than the Spotify app, and the Spotify program or interface via browser online sucks. You got to do something about that. It sucks.
It does suck. It does suck. And guys, I want to basically draw your attention here to a current deal with Spotify, guys. That's right. Spotify is offering deals on their premium subscription service. including free trials, student discounts, and family plans. That's right, guys. You can also save money by using a VPN to connect to all of that at a low cost. That's right, because Spotify believes in all that. With these free trials, guys, Spotify is going to give you a 1-month free trial of a premium individual plan. You can also take advantage of Spotify's special offers and trials as well as that. For students out there, if you're looking for discounts, they have it too, guys. Students at where's my words? At accredited higher education institutions can also receive 50% off a discount for all those premiums for up to 12 months. 12 months, Joe. They're getting all that for 50% off.
Is the promo code Michael, aka Savage Sucks? Oh no, that promo.
No promos, guys. No promos with Savage Sucks. No Savage rocks. That's right. Also, too, guys, with the family plans, they have great stuff for family plans. For their Spotify Premium Family Plan, they're allowing up to a 6-month premium account for all your members living at the same address. So that's right, guys. So if you have an aunt and uncle that lives at another address, I'm sorry, it's not going to work. They have to be all underneath the same roof. Join the Spotify network, guys, and you're really going to be impressed with a lot of their new features that they have.
So basically, you need to be on the same Wi-Fi.
Pretty much. And with Spotify, guys, if you're not well aware, they have video content. So if you're getting tired of the audio version, jump on over to Spotify and get all the same stuff right in the video format. Right. As long as the content creator or artist or podcaster or whatever has that set to video.
Like we do, right? Like we've been running the Rumble channel for a while. I am streaming again today on my J. Leonard Detroit. No, Owen Leonard. It looks French. It's not Leonard. It's Leonard what I don't know. J. Leonard Detroit YouTube. I've been doing my shows video-wise too, like Savaged Unfiltered has been via mainly Rumble. And I don't understand why we don't get more visual hits.
That's right.
You want to see this interaction.
That's right. People like the audio, I guess. It's easy. It's comfortable. They're at the gym. They listen to it on the headphones. They're in the car. I get it. It's hard to look at video.
You can't watch a video while you're driving down the road. I get that. We get that. But when you're at home at night, why aren't you watching the video? When I'm making fun of Michael, you want to see that interaction and his reaction.
You're crazy, Joe. You're crazy. But anyway, guys, jump on over to Spotify and why wait? Back to the show, guys. We have Mr. Bill Williams on the show. Interesting character. Learning a lot.
We got to know what's up with the name. Bill Williams? Really? I mean, Bill?
William Williams signed the Declaration of Independence.
Oh,
there you go, Joe.
I accidentally stumbled into a good question.
Joe knows everything about politics and the Constitution more than I do. I mean, I'm just here for the fun ride of it.
But yet that didn't dawn on me, so I'm glad I joked with you about the name. So there's historical reference to why you are named what you're named.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the real reason.
Oh,
well, what is that, Bill?
Yeah,
what is that, Bill?
Just lie. It makes a better story.
Yeah, my dad was George William, and my grandparents wanted me named after my dad. My folks didn't want a junior, so instead of George William, it's William George.
There you go.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
More information than anyone ever wanted to know about you, but it's good we asked.
Yeah. Good we asked. You know, Bill, Joe kind of tied in here before we took a break here with transparency. Now, I want to talk about transparency because you kind of mentioned that, you know, with your content about transparency and broadcasting, especially public broadcasting. I want to speak on the NPR on purpose here because I'm not seeing any transparency coming whatsoever with NPR. What's your thoughts on that? Do you believe that we should have more transparency in broadcasting or zero transparency?
Well, I don't think anybody should have zero transparency. And I haven't been active in broadcasting for decades, frankly. So I can't really speak to how things are going now, but I will have to admit that I do pay a lot of attention to NPR because
Yeah. I've noticed that you were a former staff member of PBS, including NPR. So
well,
I was trying to get your insights on that. Yeah.
PBS and NPR stations, not of the networks themselves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The stations. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
And quite frankly, I was there before PBS or NPR was ever created.
Oh, wow. Joe, we're talking to another, a former grandfather of it. I mean, similar to Peter, right?
Yeah, you can't be, you can't be that old. NPR and PBS go to so far back to black and white
PBS.
TV days.
PBS, man, is like your original, like, what the hell was that? Like late night, like,
PBS was 1969.
yeah, but they were known for something. I'm trying to remember what the hell their monologue. What was it, Joe? Like they were like the open access channel or something like that.
I can't think of that. But
I think
that
that's what they were known for.
Street got its start.
Yeah, like an open access type of channel. I think that's what they were known for. Yeah.
I don't recall it being that way.
Yeah.
And before that, before NET, I'm sorry, before
breaking news, Bill getting a phone call. There we go.
That usually happens with my phone, right?
No. I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, the transparency today in broadcasting, I mean, again, tying it back to a previous episode we had, with Wes, the artist formerly known as Wes. I think the power with broadcasting has gone to a reach because it's different. It's different. I mean, I could say it's a lot different than your old terrestrial radio. You know, people are allowed to express themselves more freely, but
well,
it's not your typical broadcasting.
Within FCC guidelines.
Well, that too. I mean, there's no FCC what we're saying, Joe. I mean, we're not getting censored whatsoever or fined through podcasting.
Right.
That's what separates it, yeah.
We could play George Carlin's The 7 Words You Can't Say on Radio.
But the difference, what I'm saying with broadcasting, even the transparency and certain guidelines, you have to be careful on how you say it. I mean, because the information, so to speak, right? You ever heard that term from back in the day, the information highway or something, right? I mean, that's how if you say something, you could be possibly starting something that could be very dangerous. In my aspect, that's all I'm saying.
Well, when I was in broadcasting, okay, this is going way back. Newton Minow had what was called the Fairness Doctrine out there.
Okay. Yep.
And everybody had to abide by the Fairness Doctrine. It was part of the rules of the road. And I got out of broadcasting, active broadcasting, while that was still in effect. So I am an antique in that regard and don't have any current experience.
You're a walking antique, yes.
Yeah, I am all for fairness doctrine when it comes to politicians, equal time laws. I'm on board with that at campaign and election season, few months during the election time, August, September, October, November, whatever, at least. Providing equal time so that a station cannot have candidate A on every hour at the top of every hour and candidate Z is completely locked out. So I'm for that. But beyond that, I am absolutely against the fairness doctrine. I am against the net neutrality bullshit, which is just censorship disguised as pretending to care about bringing internet to the hinterlands. They don't give a shit about giving you access to anything. They want control over what you can and can't say and when and where you can say it.
I can't speak to that because, like I say, I'm not active in that industry anymore.
Yeah, I mean, so what made you kind of phase away?
Make something up, Bill.
Well,
What do
no,
you
no,
mean
no,
you can't speak?
no,
Make it
no,
up.
no, Joe. I'm curious now. Like you had experience with radio. Like, what made you phase away from radio, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I was when I was active in radio, I became even more active in television, and that was more fascinating. I was producing and directing TV shows and motion picture films. And then I decided to go into business for myself and set up my own film and television production center in Washington, D.C., working for the federal government and actually anybody else that would hire me.
So, so now, all right, now I understand why government paid more than radio. Bingo, we figured that out. Yeah.
It's not so much that the government paid more than public broadcasting, which is where I was, but virtually everything paid more than public broadcasting at the time. Although it's improved quite a bit since then.
Oh yeah, I mean now we have this thing called podcasting, and it's there's people making 10 times more than they were if they were at a regular radio station.
But I mean, regular network TV is what pisses me off still. Some of these talking heads with these multi-million-dollar contracts, when all they're doing is sitting there reading a damn prompter that whatever's being fed to them, with the exception of course, some opinion caster type shows that deal in their own opinion. But you're not getting anybody that really knows anything. You're just getting people who can read a teleprompter.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, he's very. We're trying to give you the floor here because it's Joe.
Can you stretch out your answers a little? These aren't yes no questions.
And I didn't say yes or no, so. No, I have a basic philosophy is if I don't know an answer, I'm not going to make something up, but I can talk around it quite well.
Oh, you're no fun, Bill. That's
I
no
know.
fun.
I know.
Gaslighting is the word of the decade. You just make shit up.
No,
What's
so
your truth? Give us.
You are so good at that.
truth.
I don't want to impact what you're doing.
oh God.
Touche.
No,
He could give it too.
no, he doesn't want to speak on radio, Joe, because he's not part of radio anymore. Now he's part of, I guess, writing books about humor. That's his thing now. That's his.
Yeah,
that's his
you got it right. I appreciate that. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's give that title again. We can't. You can never. You've got to say something 3 to 5 times, really, to make things stick. Like in the political world, we call it touching. Politically incorrect word. As a candidate, you want to touch your prospective voters 7 times and through mail, radio, TV, blogs, different methods. So repeat the book name again, so in case people forgot already.
I'd rather slap people upside the head and tell them, but
I love this guy. We gotta have this guy back a few more times. I love this guy.
Joe, I think we're scared of him, to be honest with you. I mean, he's very. What the hell did I sign up for? Jesus Christ! No.
20 years of internet humor, and it's available in paperback. It's also available on ebook, and for the rest of this month, you can buy the ebook for $2.99, which is better than $25 for the paperback.
Yeah, I mean, hey, especially in times of inflation today, Bill. I mean, hey, if you can't afford that, I mean, what can you afford, right?
Yeah,
it's available everywhere. It's available on Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, Goodreads, you name it. Yeah. It's available all over the place.
But Bill, like your days of the newspaper age, the concept of a coffee table book is kind of lost. To me, 20,000 years. Yeah, 20 years of internet humor is a perfect coffee table book. So when you have friends and family and whatever over, that's a great conversation piece to me. Randomly open the book and point to things, and in fact, I talked with Bob Moog of University Games. I think you should reach out to him. The way they're doing games these days, I think there's a way they could work a game out of your phrases.
That's a thought too, and it's interesting. I just got a review from the Los Angeles Times, which blew me away. And one of the things they said, which never occurred to me, is that this would make an absolutely great coffee table book because you could just sit down and pick it up and turn to any page and find something to read.
Exactly what I just said. So, hey, I'm smart as the New York Times.
Los Angeles Times.
Oh, okay.
Los Angeles Times. He's so see, Bill. He's so fired up, man, that he's forgetting his word.
I don't want to be on the same page as California loons.
Oh God, no, guys. Bill, I wish you best of luck with your series, and I hope to see a lot more come out of it. Now, are these are just series? I mean, there's not going to be other books that kind of piggyback off of these individual books, are there, or is that?
Ask me in about 3 or 4 years.
Well, I'm asking you now, Bill, because I mean, don't you have ideas, man? Like where it's going to go?
I've got all sorts of ideas. Some of my contributors, I have enough material from some individuals to where I can put an entire book of their stuff out.
Hey, that's not a bad idea either. Your 11th book could be, and hey, thank you all. Here's some of the stuff you sent in.
Almost all of this stuff is stuff people sent in. Because, yes, I write a bunch, but with this many things in the mill, the majority of the stuff is from contributors. And each story in the book lists who contributed it and the year and date when it first appeared. So like I say, the first book has things from early 2005 to 2023.
Wow. That's awesome. Guys, if you want to get any information here with our guest here, Mr. Williams, get your daily dose of humor with Bill Williams. Head on over to internet/humor.com and sign up for Bill's Thought of the Day. And join thousands who start their mornings with a smile. It's free, it's fun, and it's just a click away, guys. Sign up there at his website. If you missed all that, guys, don't worry. We will put in the show notes for our audio listeners, including the links to our Rumble listeners as well on Rumble, including X here. And as
Let's
well as
get ready to rumble.
That's right, Joe. As well as Roku. That's right. So in March, guys, Joe, man, calm down. Get yourself a pill. That's right, guys. In March, you'll see the link in the Roku TV app with all the links to Bill's content. Yeah. But I appreciate it.
I'm gonna have the damn "That's Live" from Frank in my head and the "Cuckoo Choo" for the Roku Choo Beatles tune in my head.
Don't let Joe have any more coffee.
He doesn't. No, Bill, he doesn't have any coffee whatsoever. Can you imagine if he was on coffee? Oh my God, man.
Yeah, no caffeine. Imagine this if it were on caffeine. But the reality is that I'm on disability. People see these episodes and they think I'm like this all the time. No.
I hope not.
I'm good for short bursts like this during shows, but frankly, I need a nap after this.
You need more than a nap, Joe. You need to be like recycled into a new form or something. No, it's been a pleasure, Bill. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck with your series of your books, Internet Humor, and I'd like to see some other books too in the near future. But I appreciate
down the road.
Hey.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here. It's been thoroughly enjoyable and interesting.
Hey, very interesting. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks a lot. All right, guys. You just heard Mr. Bill Williams here on the show. And Joe.
Yeah, Michael, you got to start booking better guests. Yet another so damn boring, I'm falling to sleep here guest.
Well, I didn't book this one. No.
In case if anybody reads this in a transcript, I'm joking, people. I'm joking. These are great guests.
What? He wasn't he was a little dull, I have to admit. But, it's
No, the risk is that because my show I have transcribed into transcription, Spotify probably automatically transcribes these shows, the Savaged Unfiltered shows. And if somebody's reading in a transcript, they might miss the sarcasm if we don't explain it. No, these are great guests. I'm joking when I say they're putting me to sleep.
I'm always putting you to sleep, Joe.
They're putting me in my place rather suspiciously.
Yeah, they are.
He gave it back to me every bit as much as I gave it to him. So,
who's giving it to you, Joe? What?
Bill, what was that? I forget the shot he took. He took about me making shit up, right? I said, no, just make something up, Bill. No, that's your job, Joe.
I wonder.
Didn't say that, but
I wonder why he's out of broadcasting. We figured.
Yeah. No, he
hasn't been a broadcaster in 30 years. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but
No, he got his dig in there. That was if I can't take it, I shouldn't be dishing it out. So good, well played there, Bill. Well played. Touche.
Yeah. Meow Man. What's up, Meow Man?
Oh,
what the heck is going on here today? Goodness gracious.
Joe is scaring off all my guests that I've had on this week.
This guy's got a pool behind him. He says, I can't have caffeine.
No,
take a nap.
He's scared two of my guests that I had on this week. He scared out Mr. Bill Williams. He scared out the artist formerly known as Wes from X.
I've scared away Doug Fox from ever appearing again.
Apparently, now I understand why Shaky's retiring from broadcasting and production. You scared off my fucking producer, man.
It's because of me. That's right. I'll take full blame. Shotcaster Joe, Jokester Joe, driving everybody away from Savage.
You got poor Tibbs in the corner here, and it's like questioning it. Like, what the fuck am I doing now?
Welcome to the show, Meow Man. I'm glad you showed up.
Tibbs wants to know when he gets a pool. He hasn't got a pool right now.
I can imagine a young man. He's just starting out in the industry. I'm giving him a test run here, but
yeah.
Like Joe's got a pool.
Well, of course, the fake background that you're referring to. Yeah. Here's the ugly couch in my living room, man.
Come on, man. We know that's not his fucking house. It's a fucking scene from like East LA or something.
What's Kilometers up to today, Meow Man?
What's what? Oh, Kilometers? Oh, gosh, yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. I think he's doing all right today because we talked last night about his history with enemas. So
what? Enemas?
He doesn't.
He's feeling very light and ready to dance or something.
He doesn't. He's not an enemy of the state like the shirt me, Mike, and Sauce had at one time as part of Savaged Army. Remember, go to savagedarmy.com. Get your Roar mug, restore our American Republic.
That's right.
So he's not an enemy of the state. He's an enema of the state.
Yeah, he's an enema of the state. That's for certain.
I have to come out with a new set of merchandise. Well, like, where is Sauce? Like, SOS, man. Where the hell is it been?
SOS for Sauce.
Save our Sauce.
Hold on. I'm going to do something right now for you, Sauce. Hopefully you're listening, buddy. Wherever Sauce may be in the world, we miss you, Sauce. SOS, Sauce.
He's not in that
We
pool
need to
back
have
there,
a
is he?
We Are the World. We need one of those farm aids. We need a sauce aid.
We need to send out the Russian army to find out if he's back in Russia, for God's
Right.
sake.
I think Putin had him killed.
I think he's in the Dyatlov Pass. Actually, that's probably where he's at.
Probably. But anyway, Bob, since I have you on here, I think you owe Miles some money.
Oh, are you starring as Ma in the Golden Girls revival in Chicago? Is that what you're saying?
No, I will be starring as a mailman in the Broadway play in Chicago of the Golden Girls.
Oh, well, you're a mailman, though. So specifically, he said you'd be a different character. So
I am a character, for God's sakes. I'm a fucking mailman.
I'm gonna play the Miles card here and say it's not exactly the same character.
Bingo.
You still owe money, though.
But
no,
I will give him
literal.
something for coming close here.
Literal. Yeah. You didn't literally get it right. It's not on the nose. So,
Not on the
hey,
nose. Well, for
that's
Christ's
off.
sake, I buy the guy lunch every time I see him. So I mean, I think I'm up a little bit on this.
No, you don't owe him the full amount that you promised him, but you owe him like maybe a third of it. I would say a third.
Okay.
What's a third? Like $10 probably?
Well, I can't. I'm trying to remember the bet, but yeah,
I think it was $50 on Static Radio.
It's probably lunch, and then that would be what he gets anyway. So
what is it like? Is it what lunch is it like? McDonald's lunch or is it?
Yeah,
no, I
dollar
usually
menu.
go someplace where we sit down. So
well, you could sit down at the McDonald's. Still.
Well, you know what I mean.
Don't go through the drive-through, Bobcat.
God.
Order while sitting, and I don't mean in a wheelchair when you come in the door that way. I'm saying when you sit down at a table and somebody comes over and they say, "Hey, how you doing? Here's the specials."
Oh, here, okay. So you need to take them to the Ruth Chris Steakhouse, or just walking in the door is $100.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna do Ruth Chris's.
Nah, take them to a Way Back. They got Way Back burgers there. Don't they?
No, I don't. What's Way Back? I've never heard of Way Back.
Never heard of a fucking Way Back?
No, what is it?
Yeah,
Way
we
Back.
don't have those in Michigan either.
No, it's like an In-N-Out burger.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've heard of them. There's also Whataburger, right? I did eat at a Ruth Chris once.
Yeah, I've had Whataburger several times.
Yeah. I wish Hardee's would come back to Michigan.
Joe, I'm gonna say it right now. I love you, man, but God damn it, get those periods in, buddy. God damn it, man.
Hey, is that a trans joke?
No, man. You're fucking Bob. It's like you're talking over.
Get your period in.
God. No, you owe him something, Bob. You got like a third of it, maybe $5.
Now you're gonna be the mailman in the Golden Girls stage presentation, is what you're telling me?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. You want me to see the fucking script? I got it right here.
Oh, wait, give me one of your lines. You don't come in, and go.
Mail's here.
No, I was thinking that maybe it's a little bit romantic between possibly you and one of the Golden Girls, and you're kind of delivering the mail. You come in and you're like, "Hey,
this isn't a porn film, Meow Man.
Estelle, I'm here to deliver your mail."
Porn film. Who was it that was Norm on Cheers that was the mailman?
Norm,
I don't know, but I got the script right here.
Cliff was the mailman. Come on,
Cliff. Thank you, Meow Man. Cliff you're correct.
Norm was the regular. He was an accountant that sat at the end of the bar.
He was the alcoholic that was always there. Yeah.
God, do you guys want to hear something of it or not? Jeez.
Yeah, no. Yes, give us your line reading.
All right. It's Sunday. Oh wait, it's Tuesday. Blanche replies, "He must be the new mailman." That's my entire line. That's my entire line, guys. That's it. Nothing special.
Glad you said it. Now we don't have to waste our time watching.
Nothing. It's nothing.
Blanche, and then you forgot the stage direction. Blanche grabs mailman's butt, pulls him in tight.
Wow.
And
Mail's
slips
here.
in the tongue.
Mail's here. Should I take off my clothes now?
We gotta teach Joe. Joe, we're gonna teach you something here on the show. All right, I'm gonna give you a little podcasting 101, brother. I love you. All right, you see when the cues come in with like special like videos, like when it comes in with me, that's usually a line where I'm gonna speak, and then when he comes in, that's when he speaks.
Like I said, it's a mutiny. I'm taking over. But indeed, actually, let me hand you over to Meow Man entirely. I'm going to head out to lunch and then indeed come home and take a nap. I really do need a nap.
No, we're fucking with you, Joe. We love you, man. We're fucking little internet humor here from Bill Williams.
No, but really, I do need to my sister's in the hospital. I got to go up and visit her. So
really?
I need to go grab lunch. And all of a sudden discovered I have a heart valve issue that I've got to have surgery eventually for. She's been, the cold and flu that's been going around. We thought she just had that, but she went to the hospital. They discovered a heart issue. They had to put stents in her heart now.
Oh my.
So I got to go up and visit her. So I will bow out. Good to see you again, Meow Man, and talk to you later, Savage.
Take care.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, Joe, man, all jokes aside, buddy, I was just playing around, but
I know. Love you, brothers. Take care. God bless everyone.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Well, Joe, oh, where'd I go? Oh, I left. Where did I go? Oh my God. Oh, there you are. I hit the wrong person.
For some reason.
I was trying to. I do everything by myself now. I don't have Shaky doing this with me. So I hit the wrong person. I removed him or you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
love Joe, but God damn it, man. Telling you.
It's fine. It's all fine.
No, it's all good. No, that's my whole line, Bob. My whole line is the Sunday thing, and then Blanche replies, "It's Tuesday."
Really?
So he must be the new mailman. That's what it is. Yeah.
Here's your mail, mailman.
Here's your mail. No, we this but as we kind of close it out soon here, I've been going through these things called this and that, Bob.
This and that.
Yeah, there's a lot of this and that, and what I mean by this and that is, I'm running into problems. In order to have that, I also have to have that as well.
No, that's that and that.
That and that, this and that. Or I might have said it backwards. In order to have this, I have to have that. That's
right.
What I meant to say. Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. So, I'm at the store the other day purchasing something for my guest bedroom. And I actually posted it up. Yeah, you don't
saw the picture. Yeah. You had it was very patriotic.
Yeah, I want to make that room patriotic because it's actually going to go on Airbnb. Because I don't.
Oh, there you go.
Have my daughter living in that room anymore, so I have to, at least make money off of it or something.
She stopped paying, so now I got to get other people to pay whenever they're in town.
That's right.
So there you go.
That's right. I mean, what is it? It's going to go to. It's going to create dust. I have to make something off of it. But
said like a true entrepreneur.
Yeah, like a true entrepreneur. But I just noticed something too. Before I go any further, it's quiet now, isn't it?
Well, yeah. There's now the people at the hospital in Michigan are now dealing with the noise.
I had people email the show, right? And a Shaky reply, or Beth will reply, to it or respond to it. And people because a lot of people tune into the audio, right, versus the video. So when you hear the audio, people are like, how many people do you have on your show? Meaning to Joe,
right.
And we'll reply, oh, normally it's just me and Joe, or sometimes we have a guest. So it's anywhere between 2 to sometimes 3 people. But if it's not 3 people or 4 people, it's just, 2 people, me and him.
Yeah.
And they reply back. It's like, oh, there's only 2?
Sounds like you got a crowd of angry retirees in the background.
yeah, like a fucking Coral Gables, Florida, at the senior citizen home, right? Where's my checkers at?
Right. Where's my pudding? They told me today's pudding day.
Yeah. But it's quiet. It's different.
There's no more Hardys in town.
That's right. No more yelling and screaming right now. But, we love Joe. Joe is
he's fun.
Joe's a fun guy. Yeah. I hope he didn't get offended by what I just said.
He's an excitable boy.
Oh, he's very excited. I don't know the fucking energy at 60-something years old. Man. God bless him. But no, I've been having these this and that moments where I was ordering something for the room, and I got it. Obviously, this was obviously weeks ago, and it finally came in. And I set it up, because I'm cheap. I didn't want to pay the extra bill. Oh yeah.
I know where you're at, man.
Yeah. Oh, there's Jewish written all over my forehead.
Well, moving forward, you can't be, moving backwards here.
That's right. So, because can you imagine? Just imagine what they wanted extra for them to set it up.
Oh my God, I can't. Labor costs probably, I don't know, a couple $100, $250, $300.
Go back down. $250.
Oh, okay, $150.
No,
what are they?
$225.
Oh, well, there you go.
What do you mean? There you go. That's expensive.
It is expensive. I was even higher than that. So there you go.
So I was like, fuck that. They apparently got mad about that. Well, sir, this is professional services that we're providing for you.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm like, no.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, what are you paying? Paying mileage and overnight and everything on that? What is this?
Yeah, I told them the same thing. I said, I'm paying you $225 for what? So somebody can take a fucking Allen key wrench out of their fucking their fucking toolbox and put together like fucking IKEA furniture. Come on.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
The fuck?
Well, but you're down south in Florida, right? So that you got premium price for the you're paying the sunshine tax.
That's right. I'm paying Mickey Mouse.
A lot of sunshine tax is going on down there. That's for sure.
I call it the Mickey Mouse tax.
Mickey Mouse tax. Yeah. That's true. Why would he be paying? He should be paying you, Mickey Mouse. The state of Florida. So in Alaska, the people who live in Alaska, they get money from the government for the drilling rights in the state of Alaska. I don't know if did you know this?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. So everybody who's a citizen of the state of Alaska gets money back for all of the drilling and natural gas and all that kind of operations up there in Alaska. So I think, this is a good deal, right? There's not that many people who live in Alaska. So, obviously you still pay into the government, but at least there's something to offset it. Like you're talking about doing Airbnb.
Yeah.
In Florida, the Walt Disney Company, because it's so huge, right? There should be money coming back from the state of Florida to its citizens for basically, taking a whole section of the state and making it accommodating for the Walt Disney Company.
No, they've gone so crazy with their growth, Bob. It's they consider themselves their own country, their own.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
It's crazy what you're talking about. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
The people who live there, because essentially, in essence, you're supporting part of the infrastructure because of your tax dollars. Some of that should come back. That's what the whole drilling thing is.
Well,
it's a way to pay people back.
You know what the response would be? There's no state tax here. So maybe
that's true, I guess.
That's how they can probably get away with a lot of what's
true.
A lot, yeah. So kind of. So I didn't pay that. I was like $225. No, I'm fucking fine. I'll take the fucking Allen key. I'll do it my fucking damn self. I put it together. I got the whole patriotic thing. So yeah, it's going to be on Airbnb soon. So hopefully I won't attract any nut jobs, to my listing.
What do you mean? Airbnb's all nut jobs?
Not all of them. Some of them are very nice.
I use it. Come on, get out of town.
So you use it. Have you ever witnessed any nut job hosts?
Yes. What? I will tell you.
Who's
Here's
that?
what I don't
Joe in
like.
Detroit?
No, I didn't. I mean, we have used it quite a bit, and it's all fine and good. And I think I've mentioned this before on your show. I'm like, it seems like we always either get, grandma's house or, some kind of weird thing where they take grandma dies and then they take the house and they make it an Airbnb in the interim, but they don't update anything. Right. So it's great. It's just basically you're renting grandma's house for a night. But the weird things I don't like is when the hosts, this will be, for everybody out there. I don't want, your cookies. I don't want you to bake me any cookies. I don't want you to leave me
God. Now
notes.
I understand where you're going with this. Yeah.
I don't want you, I don't want turn down service where you come from next door because you bought your neighbor's house and you're renting it out, where you're like, hey, how's everything going? It's like, I want to be anonymous. I'm just buzzing through.
Yeah, man.
Doing my thing. I don't need you in my life, at this point.
Oh man, I have some stories here since we're on this real quick. I stayed at places like that where I'm in the fucking room, right? Like I'll rent out a room. Sometimes I won't rent out the whole house. If I'm just there for like a day or two, I'm doing like some kind of shoot with Universal or something with all casting. I'll just rent a room in somebody's house and they live there, Bob. And like,
I've never done that. I'm not going to go that far.
You're not that type of extreme.
No. Well, we're traveling en masse, so there's several.
Okay, I could see maybe Miles doing this, not you. Okay.
Miles, the thing is, he does it. It's called I'm vaguely related to you, and I'm coming through town, and I'm not going to pay anything. That's what he does.
No, like advance warning that I'm coming over. He just knocks on the door, right?
We're related, and I'm here in town just for the night. You think you could put me up and maybe feed me? What are you having for dinner? Roast beef? I'm good with that. Yeah,
that's probably why he's not allowed at your house anymore, man.
Yeah, that's right. I try to limit his visits. The once every 5 years or so.
No. I mean, I've stayed at places like that where, like, just recently, and what I mean by recently, it was like a couple weeks ago. Like, I was doing a gig with all casting, and I stayed at woman's house, and she's like, "Oh, your room is number 2 over there, and the code is this and that." I'm like, "I know, it's on the app. It tells me," And she's like, "I'm just letting you know." I'm like, "Okay." Very humbly, bubbly type of person, And she's like telling me this. She's like, "Is there anything I can do for you?" I said, "No, I think I'm pretty much good."
What was she offering? This wasn't Blanche from the Golden Girls.
No. No. She was like, she's like, "Okay," and then like I'm talking about like stories like. You've said you had some horror stories with some hosts. These would be my horror stories. Like this woman came, like literally, like 5 minutes later, knocks on my door, and I kind of like slowly opened the door, a little crack, and I'm like, "Yes, I have some delicious muffins here. You want some muffins?"
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm so paranoid. I always assume that it's something to knock me out so they can rifle through my pockets or something. That's what I'm always thinking.
Yeah.
I'm always like, they're just gonna, steal all my cash or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like situations like that, or another situation I'll have is like, they'll, if I am staying in somebody's home like that, like not all of them are like that. They do give you privacy. Some. I've had one woman knock on the door, a really young woman. She must have been in her early 20s, and she was like, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And she's giving me those eyes, like exotic looking eyes, like she's wanting the fuck eyes, and I'm like,
okay,
no, I'm good.
And you're like, do you have like a recent doctor's visit with a clean bill of health?
Right. No, she's giving me these eyes, like, and I'm giving her eyes too, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." And she's like, "Anything?" I'm like, Good. Was
there any other indicators Whenever you rented, was there any kind of amenities that were described in this?
The little top part of the Airbnb app. No, I didn't see
Well,
any of that.
they have that people will scalp tickets. They'll say, "I'll sell you this, baseball cap for $800."
That's
And
right.
then they come with tickets. Maybe it's one of those kind of deals where you're like, well, you can rent the room, and you also get other things.
No, it wasn't. At least I didn't see those other things in the other notes. I know what you talk about, like the little notes in the bottom.
Yeah, but yeah, they do that. Like in St. Louis, the Cardinals are huge, baseball here
Yeah.
in town, and so yeah, constantly you'll have all these things posted because you can't scalp a ticket; it's illegal. But
Really?
it's legal for you. Yeah, it's
St.
illegal.
Louis?
Yeah, technically, I believe that they.
He's like,
could get you.
well.
But if you say I'm going to sell the hat, and then you get free tickets, then it's legal, right? Because you're not selling the tickets. But the hat costs like a crazy amount of money,
Oh.
It's like a loop. It's a loophole. And they can't do it on the street because if you go by the stadium, you'll hear people yelling and scalping tickets and everything. But the cops will come and get rid of them.
It's no law here in Florida. At least I don't remember seeing it even in Georgia, the scalping laws.
Yeah, I think because at one point it got really, really bad where people would, you couldn't even get, because it's very popular here. So you couldn't even get tickets because all the scalpers would buy all the tickets.
Oh, wow.
And then inflate the prices. And so then, when you wanted to go to the game or whatever, it's like, it kind of put the kibosh on people going. And so they had to do something about it. They want a full stadium. They don't want, they don't want to make the scalpers wealthy. They want to make themselves wealthy because that's why it costs, $12 a beer or something.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
Guys, we had a wild week of podcasting this week. I want to encourage you guys to check out some of the episodes this past week with Bill Williams, the internet humor. It didn't seem like he was full of internet humor. It was very dull. Even Joe is
Bill Williams, the meme.
That's right.
He's the meme meister.
That's right. There was no adult humor.
What would internet humor be? Is it different than regular humor? I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. We were trying to figure that out on the show. Like even Joe was like, make shit up, and he's like, I don't want to make shit up. So there was no adult humor whatsoever.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah,
I guess he wouldn't have rented out that Airbnb room.
Yeah, he was scaring Joe, or vice versa. Joe was scaring him off. I see.
Well, that's normal.
But
Joe would be. Joe can make some extra money being, a scarecrow in a field or something. No crows would land if he's out there. He should just podcast from a field in the summertime and make extra money.
He should. I'm gonna talk to all casting and see if we can get him on something. Like they could use him for something, man. And
he'd be great as for the call-in guy that goes nuts over parking meters or something.
Yeah,
in downtown.
I just noticed he's not in here anymore. We've been talking a lot of shit about him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, his channel I just noticed is still on here. And he's probably like, you motherfuckers. I'm not even on here, but I'm still probably tuning in.
Well, hey Joe, I hope you're doing well. Hope your sister's doing well.
God, man.
Hey, when can we see you in the Golden Girls, by the way? When's that happening?
Well, that's going to happen soon. I want to get to that, but I also want to say to some of the listeners, too, to check out some of the episodes this week with Bill Williams, including the artist formerly known as Wes we had on, big internet personality from Twitter X on that, as well as some upcoming guests, guys. We're going to have Cameron Cowan on the show. Make sure I say his last name is Cowan. Like Cow-N at the end. So Cameron Cowan. He is a writer, a free speak thinker, and a human being from Seattle. Wow. That's his whole bio.
I'm glad he said that because, in the new things coming forward with the New Jersey drones and everything, maybe he's a non-human biologic. So I'm glad he clarified.
That's right. And then also, too, guys, check me out. Should be coming on the Real Shit Let's podcast show in the near future. Just waiting on it. Oh, yeah. What, you heard of him?
No, I haven't. I was just curious.
Oh, you're like, really? I'm like, wow, you heard of him?
Well, I'm curious now. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's called the. Make sure I got my notations here. It's called the Real Shit Let's Podcast.
Real Shit
show.
Let's Podcast. All
Yeah, I
right.
like it. It's got a little catchy
Is he,
vibe.
where's he out of?
Let me see here. Let me go to it. Bear with me, guys.
California.
I do everything myself here because it's all me
Where's
now.
Tibbs? Jump in here.
Tibbs is doing up some stuff here for the shows, graphics and stuff next week.
Tibbs.
So it's this platform. It says this platform is a genuine. This guy doesn't even know how to read or write. Let me paraphrase, guys. The platform is a genuine podcast about stories. I think that's what he meant to say. It's also a diverse and a highly perspective show with thought-provoking discussions and creating a space for real, unfiltered conversations.
Wow. Okay.
You know what it sounded like, Bob? It sounded like the AI service he was using. It kind of fucked up the wording a little bit.
Yeah. You can still spot some AI stuff. Yes.
Yeah. You're all about.
Hey, good.
Aren't you?
I'm all about the AI.
Yeah. You use AI everything.
I do use a lot of AI stuff, but I also try to point it out. So the other thing is I try to point out when I'm using the AI as much as is possible.
Yeah. Much as possible.
I try to tell the AI to be self divulging. This is an AI. That way we're not fooling anybody with this. So
no, God no.
Yeah. So about this Golden Girls thing going on.
What about it?
Do we have dates? Can we get tickets with the Ticketmaster? What are we doing here?
Well, the the Golden Girls, the Broadway series, they're in other states amongst Illinois and Chicago.
Oh, it's a traveling one. Yeah, gotcha.
You got shows in New York City. You got shows at Atlanta at the Fox Theater. I mean, they're all over the place. But the Pacific one that I'll be at is up in Chicago because there's different production for different shows.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's cool.
But that's actually going to be in July, man. So July.
Oh, okay. We got a while here.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to secure your tickets, but about too soon. But
yeah. Bob putting me on the spot here. I don't have my notations for the actual fucking website to give you, but thanks a lot, Bob. We'll put in the notes for you.
Well, Miles goes to Chicago quite often, so I'm just trying to get ahead here so I can tell him. Maybe I will buy his ticket to go see. That's the prize, right? So he won. You can go see.
Substituting for the lunch, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I probably won't. I mean, the terrible thing is, I'm always willing. I'm like, hey, you want to come down here? You want me to come up there? Whatever. And then he's like, I'm gonna be going to an autograph signing, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So he's never available. I'm always available. I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm available. He's never available. So, so when I do see him, then he hits me up for lunch and then,
Yeah.
But
we got.
if I give him free tickets to Golden Girls in Chicago, which then gives him an excuse, because the other thing is he has to keep fooling his wife into letting him do things. So he'll be like, I got these free tickets to this stage show, which I had to get her a ticket. So the 2 tickets.
Oh yeah. I mean, it goes as a couple, as an item.
And then she'll go, oh, that sounds fun. And then and then while he's there, he'll be like, I'm going by all these former Bears players' bars, to get free autographs from them because they, come and sign, for the patrons. And so, yeah, it's he's very devious in that way. So he'll use it to his advantage for sure.
Well, he's going to want an autograph too, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. He'll be like, yeah, you got to get him backstage. I want naked pictures of the cast. He'll be stuff like that.
Well, now you got to say it on the show now. Like when next Monday when you guys go on Plausible, you got to say
I will. I'll mention it.
And Michael got the gig.
You got it.
It's not an A-list gig. It's more like a C type of role. Yeah.
He's in the show. It's all that counts.
I'm in the show. I'm like, I guess you can classify myself as a supporting actor.
Yeah, as long as you're in the show, because there's so many people who aren't. You're in the show.
That's right. That's right. So we got that. We got
Man,
some
great.
upsetting.
Good luck. Break a leg, man.
Yeah, good for me for that, but not good for this. I'm about to. Oh boy,
this is going to be the breakout. They're going to be like, I saw you on stage at the Golden Girls giving mail to Blanche, and she was giving you the business.
Oh God, I don't even want to imagine that. But no, my rehearsal for it doesn't even start until I think it's May, the end of May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not much of a rehearsal. It's only it's like a fucking not even a paragraph. It's like a sentence and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you have to rehearse?
Well, get the timing down and everything. You don't want to, Joe is in the show. They'd need those 2 months of rehearsal just to get him settled down.
No.
They probably put a shock collar on him.
God, can you imagine that? God. No, but I mean that's my shit with my this and that. Everything is this and that this week.
Yeah.
With the bedroom shit even this fucking Golden Girls thing. I had to download a special fucking program that All Casting told me to download so they can pay me. I'm like, what kind of shit is this?
What's it called, Venmo? What is it?
Exactly, man. I fucking download fucking Zelle or something, PayPal.
Oh, you're getting Zelle? Okay.
No, I mean, this is what I'm imagining that I would have to download. And they're like, no, you have to download a special software from their production so they can pay you. This doesn't sound right.
That's weird. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the way of the world these days.
So I downloaded it and more fucking shit on my phone now.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
So
fill up your phone. That way you have to buy a new phone. That's all, it's all a conspiracy by Google and Apple to make you buy new phones.
That's right. The conspiracy lives. So, anything exciting about you, Bob?
Not really. I mean, not really. I'm trying to think. I saw. Well, I didn't see it. My wife saw a wolf in my backyard. Have I mentioned this?
What? A wolf?
Yeah,
like a real wolf?
Yeah, like a real wolf. Yeah. I didn't. This has been before Christmas, but now that I mentioned it to people, everybody seems so excited about it. So yeah. Yeah, we got some woods back there, and so apparently she yelled, but I didn't get up. I was busy, and I didn't get up fast enough to look out the window.
You guys, I mean, you're on the outskirts of St. Louis, so
there's out in the country.
Yeah, there's wolves and
apparently there was one here. If you ask them, they'll probably say no. There's no wolves in this area.
What, ask the wolf or the person?
No, if you ask the officials. The officials always say that. And I'm like, yeah, but there was a wolf in the back. She saw it. And we confirmed because we do have coyotes, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm like, sure it wasn't a coyote. And she's like, well, and so we looked at, the pictures online. What's a coyote? What's a wolf? So no, it was a wolf. Definitely a wolf.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah.
So what'd you do?
It was the most muscular coyote she's ever seen.
How did you guys handle the situation?
Oh no, it took off. I mean, there's lots of room, but
they're skittish. Yeah, they're not like a coyote. A coyote will actually fucking physically attack you.
Yeah, the coyotes wander around, but yeah, no, he was in, and then he took off into the woods, and that was that.
Damn.
It was like it's like a sighting or whatever. So yeah, but
I know you're a camera guy. Did you get it? Was it on camera or something?
No, I didn't.
How'd you find out it was in the backyard? Your wife?
No, my wife saw it. She actually saw it. She was looking out the window or something, and she's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, and then she yells at me. She's like, "I think there's a coyote or a wolf or something in the backyard." And I get up to go, and it already darted away. So.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't catch it yet, so I think I'm gonna. Maybe, I got to wait for a deal. I'm not going to be paying full price for shit, but I got to wait for a deal on a good game cam that has connectivity, and I'm going to put something out there. So
man, what? Just go to Best Buy and get yourself like a GoPro or something.
Well, no, I want to have it sit out there for, a long time. Like, game cam is there's motion, it starts recording and then sends me an alert,
So does a GoPro. That does the same shit for practically like lesser of the
No,
price.
it doesn't send, well, you got to have a special card or something, don't
No,
you?
well, you have the SIM card. Yeah. But
Yeah. Well, and I want a month. I'm very cheap. I can't have a monthly statement on this. I want to pay cash and a good deal and then just all in and done and have it for a few years out there taking pictures of. We got muskrats and foxes and, rabbits and all kinds of stuff out here.
You guys are hillbillies out there.
Exactly. And so, we got all this stuff happening but I just want, I don't want to, I can see those. I see those all the time. The squirrels are running around like crazy out back here. But to catch the wolf, I think I need to, I need to get something out there that stays and doesn't cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, go to a hardware store or something. They probably
I can I think I can get my Wi-Fi to be pretty far out. So if I can get a Wi-Fi version, I'll do that. So then I don't have any monthly costs for cell phones or anything.
Anyways, so did you notice I'm back in the 70s room again?
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I noticed that the your soundproofing there looked different. So
yeah, I'm back in the 70s room. The other room that I was in a week ago, that's down the hall because we actually mimiced that with the other studio a little bit. But I'm back in the 70s room. I call it the 70s room because this is what you would normally see in a 1970s radio program.
Right.
And I got my 70s microphone, not on purpose, not intentionally, but by accident, because my other microphone was giving me issues this morning when I was doing the program. So,
that looks like a Sennheiser. What is that?
This microphone?
Yeah. Can you tell me?
Bought it.
You got a logo on it somewhere?
I fucking bought it from fucking Best Buy. I was being cheap the other day.
You went out to Best Buy.
I got it intentionally for voiceover, so that's what it is. Yeah.
It sounds good.
Voiceover mic, yeah.
Got a good sound to it. It looks like a Sennheiser mic to me from what I can see in the video there. But just it's doesn't look like a Shure.
No, it's definitely not a Shure. I'm cheap for that.
Yeah, I got an Audio Technica.
My other mic, the nice one with the foam built
right,
in.
Yeah, the big
that's over there.
Catcher.
That is giving me shit. I think it's the wire because the other other high definition wire. I'm not using a high definition. I'm just a standard wire, but I guess it's picking up pretty well. But
getting some interference. Tibbs, get on this.
Get interference, yeah. No, but other than that, man, I'm back in the 70s room. Joe was joking around with my fucking hillbilly-ish looking fucking shirt. I think it looks good, but
it looks good to me. You got some off-color flannel going on there. It's not quite typical flannel. It's a little hipper, a little monochromatic.
I look like fucking Alec Baldwin from fucking Beetlejuice 1 in the fucking graveyard. Michael Keaton's like, hey, we're wearing the same shit. Armani, hey.
Exactly. Yeah, it does look a little bit Baldwin-esque. How come he hasn't come back to that franchise? Well, maybe the next one. There's going to be another one, so.
He just got accused for fucking first-degree murder.
Yeah, that always gets in the way. Come on. You know how many people in the entertainment industry have been accused of that? Come on.
I'm in the entertainment industry, and I didn't get accused for murder.
Give it time. After this Golden Girls fiasco.
Yeah, I might be murdering somebody on the show if he doesn't shut the fuck up half the time. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking, Joe. I love you, man.
Come on. I think he got acquitted, didn't he? He didn't get. I think he got acquitted finally.
He did.
That didn't make as much news as his accusation, but I think they did have I think there was some money changing hands, but I think he is not going to jail.
He was also accused of sexually harassing that internet personality crackhead Barney at one point last year. Oh, you didn't hear that?
No, what's up with that?
You know who I'm talking about, right?
I'm familiar, yeah,
Yeah.
but sexually harassing him, really?
Oh,
It doesn't seem like his type.
I mean, she's like this fucking thing with like white makeup over her face. She's a heavy set black woman, guys.
Right,
She's got
yeah.
white makeup. It looks like fucking like donut frosting on her face.
Oh, great.
And then she has a bra with her tits fucking banging out of it.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe it was the opposite. Maybe she harassed him.
It's a high possibility.
Yeah, kind of like that Airbnb lady come knocking on your door.
Do you want some
Hey,
muffins?
I see you have a wallet full of American